What the? Wait, what? Oh, it's because I made a new game to test something out. Hey everyone, welcome back to Corpse Party. It's been a minute. It's been a while. It's been a while. And I'm sorry about that. It's just because I had a couple of games that I had ready, then I had a couple of other stuff that I had recorded that I had to get finished, and that just snowballed into me not doing Corpse Factory for a while. Did I say Corpse Party? I feel like I said Corpse Party. Oh no. But also, one thing I found out while, looking at my Corpse Factory stuff and, seeing stuff around, and I clearly know exactly what I'm saying, was that Corpse Party, we haven't even done the first act. Let me show you. We haven't done the first act at all. It's not even finished. We haven't even finished the first act of the game. So we're gonna do that today, no matter how long it takes, no matter if we're gonna sit here for 5 full hours. We're gonna finish the first act. We're gonna go all the way through. So put on your bootstraps, put on your pajamas, sit back, relax with some popcorn, nachos, or French fries. Only those 3 allowed. And let's play some Corpse Party. It's been a minute, so if you want a refresher, then there are old videos. Check them out. Cough, cough. All right, let's continue. Here we go. So I think last time where we left off was that some people, the higher up person killed a lot of people in the train station without the cameras, because having no cameras in a train station is such a good idea. And I think we talked to not Ichigo, damn it, Shinya, there we go. I remember names. Yee ha. All right, so yeah, here we are, Corpse Party. What's happening again? As I fantasize about having an abandoned warehouse or factory to call our own, my phone cries out desperately for attention. What an attention-seeking phone. I should have gotten a better phone, one that doesn't seek so much attention. I retrieve it from my handbag and glance at the screen. Kojiro is requesting a noise voice chat. I absentmindedly wonder if he read my mind, and knew I was thinking about him as I answered the call. Yeah, he's a mind reader. We already established that in one of the other videos. So yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then watching the other videos could help. Wink, wink, nudge. I'll stop. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
Want to see the place?
No.
No greeting, huh?
No.
Sauce. Hi. Want to see the place?
Yes. Now I want to see the place,
What
of
if I'm
course.
busy right now?
Sauce. You busy?
No.
No.
Great. Want to see the place?
I roll my eyes and decide to just go along with it. After all, I'm dying to move ahead to see what kind of location he has secured for our work.
Yep. Where is it?
Oh yeah, I forgot. In the last video, literally everyone realized that I'm Corpse Girl. Everyone's magically some A-grade 200 IQ detective. Okay, yeah. I mean, if blonde girl, I forgot her name, I'm so sorry, figured it out, then anyone could. I mean, yeah.
Mad. Shin Okubo. Behind K-Town.
That sounds like a cool place. Sure, yeah.
An abandoned factory. Just what you wanted.
Did I really, Kojiro? Huh?
Shin Okubo. That's suspiciously convenient.
Why?
I work in Shinjuku. It's just one station away on my train line.
Oh?
Okay. I'm heading there now. You in?
Don't trust Kojiro anymore.
I'm in. How do I get to the factory from the station?
Exit the station to Okubodori. That's K-Town proper. I'll message you the full address.
Very suspicious.
Okay, got it. Just head through Koreatown. I'll be there soon.
Mad. Bye.
Bye. Kojiro ends the call and I immediately receive a message with the factory's address. Seemed easy enough to get to. I feel a bit wait, I thought it was sent after I went there. Kojiro's lying, something's up. I feel a bit nervous about what's going on there. It's a new place, and it's located in a town I don't normally travel to. I apologize if there's like a very loud fan noise in the background, because there is. My GPU is having issues, and it's decided to take off like a rocket recently. So that's probably going to be a noise in the background. I will try and remove that as much as possible, but yeah, I'm sorry. I feel a bit nervous about going there. It's a new place, and it's located in a town I don't normally travel to. But for some reason, I feel energetic. I actually feel enthused about it. Maybe it's because I haven't been hidden away at home all day. I've been at work around other people. Perhaps that helps me acclimate to the concept of going somewhere new. And the chances of someone sneaking up behind me and strangling me in broad daylight are pretty slim, I think. As I put my phone away, the train pulls up on the platform. I'm a little wary of how inconvenient this is turning out to be. Could be Kojiro is luring me into a trap, but I don't know. That's not a good thing, right? That's not a good thing. That's a very bad thing. Very bad, very bad. Who hipsy diddly diddly do. I think he genuinely wants to be involved with Corpse Girl's work. I board the train and stand by the doors, ready to disembark at the next station. Okay, that's good. Probably. Maybe. The abandoned factory is almost exactly how I imagined it would be. Tall, broad, foreboding. Eroded and worn down with brick walls and steel sheeting covered with thick layers of black exhaust. Gigantic metal pipes protrude from within and wrap around the exterior, only to re-enter through the vents. Here and there. Oh, wow. I mean, it's a pretty cool looking place for an abandoned factory where definitely some grain wind incidents didn't happen. Cough, cough. A series of ventilation shafts and chimneys line the roof, but they don't realize even a single puff of smoke. Release a single puff of smoke. This place has been shut down for a long time. Also, wouldn't the first place the police would check be like abandoned places like this, like abandoned factories and stuff? Maybe. The front entrance is located at the rear of a small parking lot. It's a simple steel door lock that has been chained up and padlocked. Further along the side of the building is a loading dock, an expanse of asphalt that leads to a concrete path, and a giant roller door. In the dock sits a derelict van covered in a brown tarpaulin.
This place is amazing!
It is so amazing, yeah.
You haven't seen inside yet.
Oh? I glance towards the steel doors, securely chained shut, and wonder if anyone has entered within the last decade. There probably has, someone called Kojiro. If Kojiro has checked out the inside, then he did well covering his tracks.
How do we get in?
The voice. How do we get in?
Around here.
I follow his lead as he walks toward the corner of the building. A steel railing bars our path, but he swiftly hurdles over it and continues down the side of the factory. I take a minute to climb the railing, making sure not to twist an ankle as I stake the landing on the other side.
Through here.
What railing? Where's the railing? As Kojiro points towards an open window. Thankfully, there seems to be enough of a gap for someone as large as Kojiro to slip through. Thankfully, I mean, we could just leave him behind and take over the mantle of Corpse Girl forever. I shouldn't have an issue getting in either, despite my thin, heavy-set frame. You're heavy. There's an ambulance now. Wee woo. He slides in first, and I quickly follow. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. And with that, I find myself inside the factory. The place is huge. It's an open-plan design, and it's pretty much empty. A few stray pieces of odd machinery line one wall. A small forklift, a pallet jack, and a bunch of buckets and mops catch my attention. All of this could be useful for a little operation. A number of iron workbenches are piled up in a stack. They look heavy and rusted, but they would probably make good tables for resting corpses on. I'm sure they would. Yeah, probably. Aside from these miscellaneous items, the factory is essentially bare. The concrete floor is in bad shape, cracked and worn from probably 50 years of use. The thick brick walls are scorched in some places and dented in others. Still,
It's perfect.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thanks. Figured you'd approve.
Yay. Yeah, I don't know
How
what
did
to
you
say.
know about this place?
I met someone in a dark alley, and then, things happened. Kojiro doesn't answer immediately. His eyes turn to the stupendously high ceiling. with his array of glass sunlights beaming light down upon us. After a minute, he turns back to me.
Dad used to work here.
Oh. Interesting. Maybe the dad owned a place? His dad.
What did he do here?
Death, destruction, and beyond.
This place used to manufacture steel fencing. Chain link fences, barbed wire, chicken mesh.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
That kind of thing.
I see.
Yeah, you see.
A lot of that is imported now. There's still an industry here, but Dad couldn't compete. Went out of business maybe a dozen years ago. Died about a month later.
Oh, okay.
He died?
That's how it goes.
I'm sorry.
We weren't close. Well, could have been closer.
So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of a
So,
rover.
how come no one else bought the factory?
Look around. It's a dump. Who'd want it?
Corpse girl.
Cost a fortune to fix or rebuild. Wonder if it was waiting for us.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Dad definitely planned out leaving a factory behind so that his son could finally to pick up the mantle of corpse husband.
Choke me like you hate me. Low-key wanna take me. I don't know the lyrics anymore,
I
help.
wonder.
I could go more deeper than this, but recently I haven't been able to. So this is all you get. This deep, dark corpse husband voice. Ha ha. Guess who? It's Corpse. I was Corpse this whole time. My voice.
It definitely all seems too good to be true, but this is the real deal. This is our factory now.
Going half on this, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. Good. Welcome home then. Or something.
Thanks, honey. I'll take it from here.
Let's work well together.
Oh, yeah.
Roger that.
I've entered an unlikely partnership with Kojiro. We've obtained a base of operations safe from prying eyes. The next step is to fill this factory with corpses and carry them with Corpse Girl's grand scheme. Again, doing this puts you with so much liability. Just saying. Using the internet to Photoshop covers so much ease about getting out of this because you're just doing commission artwork technically. So doing this is a horrible idea. Is that just me? Is that just me? But okay, it's fine. I don't have main character big brain, so you know, I'm only Bazongo brain.
Thanks for accompanying me home.
Now he knows where you live. Great job. Great job. You're so smart.
No problem. Should I come upstairs?
Oh, do you want to come upstairs maybe?
No, I don't think that's
For some
necessary.
chamomile tea?
Okay. By the way, when are we starting work?
Well, as soon as as soon as Corpse Girl receives another request for a death, we can start on it.
Oh. No grand heist from the morgue first?
Think about it. It's important that the cadavers I use match the details of my victims. I won't know what kind of cadaver to use until I receive a photo of the victim.
Guess that makes sense.
It would also be good to have like a catalog of cadavers, if you're doing this at least, so that you have a bunch of them at once, right? You know, ready to go. The problem about that is that they can decay if you just keep them in the factory, which means that you have to invest in some sort of equipment, which is too much money. So again, this is completely stupid, but
What's the big plan anyway?
all right.
How do we lift corpses from the morgue?
I had a feeling you would ask about this sooner or later. Noriko, that's her name. That's the blonde girl's name. I remembered. Haha, take that, you popcorn or nacho eating, pajama wearing person who's probably not watching this. I did tell him that I had a perfect idea after all.
I imagine the biggest issue is writing off the bodies, so to speak. If a cadaver goes missing or is unaccounted for, there will be an investigation. Am I right?
No, people are completely fine with their dead bodies just walking around town. Yeah.
Guess so.
We need to be able to take the bodies away from the morgue without anyone ever knowing they're gone. So, the solution is simple.
Okay, wise guy. A delivery company picks up the cremains nearly every day.
What?
Huh? Cremains?
That's what the ashes are called.
Oh, right.
Haha, very funny.
So what do we hand over? empty canisters?
It's simple. Fake ashes.
Aren't they tested?
Yeah, right. Fake ashes. Like I just have those lying around.
Kojiro stops mid-sentence and stares straight at me.
Huh. Might be onto something.
You're gonna put your dad's ashes on there, aren't you? You're gonna put your dad's ashes. Yeah.
Don't tell me you do have those lying around.
Not fake ashes. Real cremains. Bodies are cremated every day. Wouldn't be hard to take a bit off the top.
Beep.
Huh?
Could probably get away with like a quarter?
Beep.
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
How is he doing all the? He is doing all the legwork in this plan. Wait, no, not Noriko. Noriko is her. I forgot the blonde girl's name. Wait, I just noticed. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I bet you're shouting at me in the comments, aren't you? Feel free to shout out how dumb I am. But how he's coming up with everything. Noriko is just in for the ride at this point, you know? Saws.
Every time someone gets cremated, I'll collect a quarter of the ashes. Store them, put them aside.
This is very obvious, by the way. It's not that hard to understand, but okay, fine, Noriko, okay.
Won't take long to fill up a whole canister.
Let me see if I follow you. You gather up a little bit of ash from every cadaver that gets cremated. Whenever we want to hoist a body from the morgue, we use the previously gathered ashes to fill a canister. We slap a label on it that says, "These are the remains of so-and-so."
For all the dumb people out there, here you go. I bet everyone understood this,
Then
but
when we take so-and-so out of the morgue, we record that their body has been cremated. I imagine the
crap,
canister
sorry.
of ashes just gets picked up with all the others going out on the same day.
Pretty much. We also put a token in the canister.
A token?
Like a dog tag. Has the cadaver's serial number engraved on it. Normally attached to the body before cremation. They don't burn. Lets the cremains be identified later.
I see. Can we get our hands on those tokens?
Sure. The bodies we're lifting from the morgue are due for cremation anyway. I can get the tokens engraved without a hitch. Proper serial numbers and all.
again, there is a big problem with this. What if you're going to cremate someone that there's like a change of plan? They don't want to be, and like, they shouldn't have been cremated earlier, or maybe the plan changes for the person's cremation and they don't want him to be cremated. What happens then? So yeah.
Okay, good. This is getting complicated, though. There's quite a bit we have to remember to do.
Not everyone forgets everything like you, Noriko. Cough, cough.
Don't worry. I'll take you through it when we need to.
Let's be honest, Kojiro is doing most of the work here.
Most importantly, I'll need to start gathering portions of cremains.
Also, this is just me, remembering this, but no, in order to dress up the bodies and stuff, you need to have certain makeups and wigs and fake blood and stuff, and that's all gonna cost quite a bit. That can be tracked too. And one, Noriko and Kojiro don't have a very big budget. Two, if the cadavers are found just in art form in display, then people will know where that cadaver is from because it's recorded, right? They haven't thought this through properly, have they?
Need to have those collected in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Really.
Now invite him up for chamomile tea. Now's the best time to invite him up for chamomile tea.
No props. But big question remains.
What's that?
How do we move cadavers out of the morgue? Ever tried lifting a stiff? Not easy. And you're no bodybuilder. No offense.
She starts to go to the gym from today.
None taken?
Look, security in the joint is minimal. I'm there alone like 90% of the time. We don't have to worry too much about getting busted. As long as we cover our tracks, of course, and only take cadavers we've written off, as you put it. Bodies nobody will come looking for.
Hang on. Are there security cameras, alarm systems, anything like that?
Don't think so. Plenty in the hospital proper, though.
That's fine. As long as the morgue is clear.
Still, answer my question. How do we move the bodies? You got a hearse? A truck?
No, but surely we could get something. What about a small van?
I love how she's pretending to know everything in the thing. Yeah.
You got a license?
No.
Need a driver's license. And not just that, needs to be suitable for a van. A medium vehicle license, I think.
Oh, I don't have a license, but surely driving a van can't be that hard, right? We could just rent a van and wing it.
Uh-huh. Can't even rent one without a license.
This plan is falling apart. This plan is just falling apart before it's even started. This is just sad.
Okay then. Do you have the right license?
Don't look at me. Never driven a vehicle in my life.
Yeah.
But there was a van outside the factory that he came through. What?
Great. So this is a bust.
I put my head in my hands. We've got so far. We secured the factory, planned out our heist, and
Hang on.
I whipped my phone out out of my bag and skimmed through my noise contacts. I prefer to text and call, but I'm too impatient right now to wait for a response. I start a voice chat request with and wait for the recipient to answer. It's gonna be the slap-a-bitch girl.
Hey, Skank, what up?
Tomoe, that's her name. I remembered it. I knew it all along. Don't you question me. I knew it, okay? I knew exactly who Tomoe was.
Tomoe, hey, you got a sec?
No.
Sure.
Sure.
Do you have a driver's license? Yep. No car, though. Okay. What kind of vehicle is your license good for? Like cars and scooters. Not vans? I mean, I don't think so.
I curse under my breath.
Yo, what's the problem? You need a lift or something? Not quite. I need to, pick something up. Oh, something big? That why you need a van?
For someone who calls herself dumb, Tomoe is catching on pretty quick, just saying.
Yeah? I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I can't even rent a van with my license. Yeah, I know.
I shoot a deathly glance at Kojiro and he just shrugs, a look of I told you so on his face.
I mean, if you're desperate, you could just buy a van. Huh? I see secondhand vans listed for sale all the time. Check out the noise marketplace and the classifieds pages.
But again, don't you need a license to buy vehicles?
No one will check for a license on a private sale.
Okay.
It's just one chump selling a van to another chump.
Okay.
Holy shit. You're right. You're a genius.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know
yeah.
about that. Thank you. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't object to a driving gig, would you? I do owe you one, I suppose. You want me to drive a van, though? If I get busted on my license, I'll go to prison. You won't go to prison. It'll be a fine at most, I think.
Okay, this is where everything crumbles apart. I look at Kojiro and he gives me another shrug.
Look, if you get a fine, I'll pay for it. That cool? Yeah, what the hell? What are the chances of getting busted anyway, right?
We're gonna come back to this moment in a future video and we're all gonna laugh at this.
Can you text me the deets or whatever? The address and stuff? Shinny just got to my place, so I gotta get the door. Okay, will do. Thanks, Tomoe. Sure. Later, slut.
Bye. I end the call and a wave of excitement floods through me.
You get all that?
More or less. You girls sure are loud.
And I thought you liked that, Kojiro.
Sorry. So, I'll need you to do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
By van, right?
Yeah, you're a big, strong man. You won't get ripped off. I'm just a poor little girl.
Uh-huh.
Cut it out. I'll do it. But you got the money?
As a matter of fact.
Ah, nice. Okay, game. Yeah, this is good plot. Plot payoff, point hooks, things. Yeah. I finally remember swindling a cool 500,000 yen from Kodome Ida just this week. Honk! I don't know if you guys can hear the honks in the background.
We've got a 500,000 budget. Will that do?
Maybe. Can't get you anything modern, but I'm sure it's enough.
Great. You think you can get something tomorrow?
I'll try. The noise marketplace, right?
That's right.
Well, no promises. I'll do my best.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm heading off. Unless you actually do want me to come upstairs.
Oh, for some chamomile tea. I would love me some chamomile tea with koju.
No.
Roger that. See you tomorrow. Probably.
Koju returns with a little more than a wave, exits the building, and crosses the street. I quickly ascend the stairs with a slight spring in my step. That's a second ambulance going outside that road in like half an hour. Wow. Concerning, but hey. Hey, my dead-looking bear is still there. Okay, so I think about like what about a week has passed, right? Like the first thing, the first day that this game had was like the 2nd of June or something. And the prologue happens 2 weeks or 2 months or something before this. So we're nearing where the prologue happens. Okay, interesting. I'm more eager than usual to get the day started. When I get out of bed, I take my medication just like usual. I mean, you technically just started taking it properly, like, so, you know. Not like usual. Haha! I've been good at keeping up with it lately, sticking to my newfound convictions. I washed down the tablets with a glass of water. After getting dressed, I put on my makeup. The same morning routine, the same movements, the same actions. But I feel good today. I'm not dragging my feet. I'm happy that things are moving forward, both for me and Corpse Girl. For the worse! I am calling it! This is a horrible idea. I mean, not because it's, like, bad to do morally, it's just because it's so easily traceable. Yeah. As I'm packing my handbag, I receive a call from, Aoi. Aoi. I haven't spoken to her for over a little while. In fact, the last time we spoke, she told you to go F off! Just saying. I think it was way back when she didn't come into the office for her first day of work. That was nearly 2 weeks ago. Okay, so... No clue when the prologue's supposed to happen. But I'm sure you guys know because you guys watched it. I'll stop. If you guys want me to stop, smash that like button. Let's hit that subscribe bell. Crap, I really dropped the ball. I'm supposed to be trying to look after her, but I've been so caught up with my own... Okay, I don't think the option that I chose registered with the game. Either that, or maybe that was like not a proper path. Maybe just... It was the illusion of choice, because she clearly told Noriko to not look after her because she's a bit too pushy. So, game. I've been so caught up with my own crap. In addition, I've been actually trying to put her out of my mind in order to get over my feelings with her. But now I feel like I've just neglected the poor girl at a time when she needs me the most. She told you not to do that. I hurriedly answered the call, too guilty to keep her waiting any longer.
Aoi! Hey! Noriko?
Noriko?
I'm so glad you called. I've been a terrible friend. I haven't kept in touch with you. No, it's okay. Really. I've been busy. I should have called you earlier. Seriously, I'm sorry. It's okay. Did you want to talk to me about something?
That's the third ambulance within 2 minutes. Wow, holy crap.
Yes. Well,
It could be
I think
Corpse
so.
Girl.
Please, you can talk to me about anything. I'm Noriko, remember?
Yeah, a deadly Corpse Girl. I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
So, I wanted to ask, have you ever heard of something called
So this is where the prologue happens. I called it. I totally knew this would happen. Haha. I'm the all-seeing, mind-bending Lucy the Dum-Dum. Aoi knows about Corpse Girl?
Yeah, I've heard rumors.
You heard rumors? Ooh.
Really? Wow. So, does it really exist?
Maybe. I may just be the owner of it.
Apparently, yeah. I couldn't find any solid information about it. What is it? Well...
How do I explain this to her? Should I explain this to her? Aoi is so sweet and innocent. Does she need to know about a website designed to conjure the omnipresent specter of death? Aoi wants to write the name of the person who, the family member who's been harassing her. Oh, this makes so much more sense. Okay.
It's all just hearsay. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Oh, but I want to know. Well, people say that you can use the site to request somebody's death. Requested death? But how? How does it work? Really, I don't know. I've heard that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse. The photo is supposedly sent from the future. Whoa. Really? That sounds like something from a manga. Yeah, suppose it does.
Is this a manga? I wouldn't be surprised if this was adapted from a manga. Like, this could definitely be a manga. Like, the developers for this game has put a lot of thought and effort into this, and that's really awesome. And they could definitely make like an anime or a manga out of this, even though it's sort of like Death Note, but it is pretty cool.
Have you ever used the website?
Yeah, funnily enough, I'm something of the owner. Yeah, just saying.
Of course not, silly. What kind of person do you think I am?
Corpse Girl. That's who I think you are.
Sorry.
Eehee.
Why are you so excited about this anyway? Oh, no reason.
It's kind of obvious. Just saying, Noriko.
I kinda just like weird stuff like this.
Sure. I totally believe you.
You do? Huh, I never knew that. You don't know everything about me, Miss Noriko.
Even through the phone, I can sense Aoi is in a happier mood than usual. Her cheery voice gives me a sense of nostalgia, and I think back to the time we spent together in high school.
Don't go using the site, okay? It's not good to mess with crap like that. Don't worry. I wouldn't use something so scary.
Hahaha, right.
I just heard about it, and, well, I got kind of curious is all.
Definitely.
Alright. By the way, how is everything? Are you still working at the maid cafe? Yeah. And that customer of yours? He's still around. You're not in trouble, are you? No.
A light suddenly switches on in my mind, and I realize why Aoi was talking about Corpse Girl website. Finally, here we go. All right.
Aoi, you're not thinking about requesting that guy's death, are you? Aoi, you told me that you didn't even want to get the police involved. Now you want him dead? It's not what you think, okay? If he dies, it won't be because of me, right?
I mean, that's what you will tell yourself to make yourself feel better, but, technically.
The rest of my family won't know I was involved. They won't disown me or think less of me. Aoi. Look, I'm not going to go ahead with it, okay? Besides, you don't even believe the site works. So...
I feel terrible for Aoi. Part of me wants to scream for her to do it, to request that butthole's death and let me or Corpse Girl take care of him. But part of me knows that she can't handle it. She would be crushed with the guilt if he really did die. She's delicate and emotional, being responsible for the death of another human being, a family member, that would devastate her. But she would also be in a better off situation too, so it's a moral plateau there.
Aoi, my best advice for you is to go to the police. Don't mess with requesting his death. Okay.
Yeah, it really sucks how in a lot of cultures where you family is such importance or such a big pressure that you feel like you can't do anything because your family would look down on you. It really sucks. That really is terrible. You know, I've seen it happen in real life as well, and it's horrible.
I gotta go now.
I can see her pouting face in my mind, the face she makes when she doesn't get something she wants. She's not a childish person. She's not a childish person. Words. She's not a childish person, but her disappointment is often evident in her expressions.
I'll speak to you soon, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Hey. Bye.
Sorry about that. I hit my microphone arm very, very hard. Emphasis on the hardness. I hit it very hard. If anyone comes, I'm a very good microphone arm hitter. I don't know why. Ignore me. I'm all over the place. She ends the call and I heave a sigh. I get the nagging feeling that she is going to do something rash. But really, can I blame her? The guy, whoever he is, has been harassing her for so long. It's only natural she'd be at her wit's end. So if she makes the request, I'll take care of him. And if the guilt eats away at her, I'll be there to comfort her. I mean, hey, that's a full-on villain arc right there, you know. But there is a whole thing about doing something bad for good. So you know, it's the least I can do as her friend, Noriko. It's the least I can do as Corpse Girl. As I resume getting ready for work, I can't help but replay the conversation in my head. Aoi definitely seemed excited about the prospect of Corpse Girl's website being the real deal. Excited, eager, filled with anticipation. That same dizzying feeling I get whenever I'm waiting for a victim's death. Waiting for a victim's death. And then it hits me, and I immediately realize why Aoi was so excited. Why she called me in an uncharacteristically talkative mood. She wanted my opinion on Corpse Girl's operation. She wanted affirmation. Confirmation. She wanted reassurance that her victim really is gonna perish. She doesn't know that I'm Corpse Girl. She simply wanted a knowledgeable friend to confirm if the rumors are true. What? Yeah, of course. What else? Why else? What else do you think? What? How is this a revelation? It's not. What? Because she has already submitted the victim's photo to the website. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That could be a revelation, I guess. Revelation! Poof! And she can't wait to find out if he's gonna die. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm being so you know, passive aggressive with this. It is a Noriko. Okay, I know not everyone who plays these kind of games gets stuff like this extremely soon. So the main character has to explain some stuff. That's why anime is memed at for being a constant monologue of the characters, because you know sometimes not everyone gets it, and you have to tell the audience what's happening. But I mean, Noriko is just straight up for someone who wants to do something so much like this. She be dumb, but hey, that is her character arc. That is who she is. I accept that. I think it's totally fine, but still. Noriko. Oh, Noriko. Here we go again. Throwing my hand back to the floor, I grab my laptop from the bed. It's right where I left it before falling asleep last night. Don't I get like a ding when someone you know sends a request? Game. I boot it up and log into Corpse Girl's website. The little blinking notification that I dream about seeing greets me. 3 new requests.
3 new requests?
It's all the same person.
How?
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I quickly queue up the photos to download. Oh. 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 I'm sorry. Whoa. So this is the character that we played in the prologue. This was the person that she requested the death to. This was just a person who was helping her. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Holy crap. They're all females, so that rules out my theory that Aoi has requested the death of the guy harassing her. Did she say that it was particularly a guy? She just said it was a family member. I think Noriko's assuming that he's a guy. But I suppose she really was excited about the prospect of the website, but hadn't actually gone through with anything yet. Oh, this music, it still reminds me of something. I don't know what it is. But what really surprises me about the new requests is that I recognize one of the young women, yet another person I'm familiar with. Out of all the people in the world, what are the chances of knowing multiple people requested through the website? The girl is Amy Katsuno. Amy Katsuno. If I remember correctly, she went to the senior high school with Aoi, Shinya, and myself. I never liked her much. In fact, she was somewhat of a bully towards me. Nothing more than name-calling, but in my mind, that's as bad as anything else. It's interesting how the game puts into perspective how people can differ like that. That's pretty cool. Because in Emmy's mind, as we played, she recognized that she was not, like, the best person, but also we know that there were worse people to her, which, makes her seem okay in that standard. So, very well done, game. Hats off to you. Hats off to the you. It's not hard to imagine someone wanting her dead. The other two victims are strangers to me. A ditzy-looking airhead with pink hair, and a worn-out, strained woman who could be anywhere from 20 to 40. To get 3 requests all at once is remarkable. How am I going to work through all of these? It's a shame that my operation with Kojiro isn't fully set up yet. Does she not recognize that these 3 dresses look the same? Also, why is there blood on this? Why is there blood on this smiley face? Why? Excuses? Why? It would be fantastic to go all out, but on these requests, secure some corpses and take out some truly convincing photos. Well, there is no use stressing over that. The best thing I can do is simply get to work on forging some photos. In fact, maybe I'll skip work today so I can dedicate the time to crafting these photos. It's Friday after all, it's pretty much the weekend, no one will care if I don't show up at the office. You say that, but you do realize that there's a higher up who's out for you, right? Just saying. I noted myself to say something about the right choice. I load up the database of the deceased. Oh no. I step outside my apartment building, squinting in order to defend myself from the overwhelming rays of sunlight assaulting my eyes. As narrow as my vision is, I'm able to determine that Kojiro is nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Once again, he's making me wait. As I mumble under my breath, I hear the screeches of tires and watch in disbelief as a van pulls up outside my apartment building. Damn, nice van. It's a beat-up old thing that may have once been white but is now covered in grime. I don't know what you're talking about, it's so white to me. The windows are either tinted or encrusted with dirt. To my surprise, the window on the passenger's side lowers and I see some familiar faces. Next to Kojiro in the driver's seat is none other than Tomoe. She's waving and grinning like a lunatic.
Hey, skank!
Hey, person!
So, how's this?
My face must reveal my fury because Kojiro flinches before I can even respond.
Where did you even get this piece of shit?
He told you that he wouldn't be. Why are you so angry?
Some guy.
Some guy? What guy?
Some guy from the noise marketplace. Only wanted $250 for it. So, here's the other half of your money back. You're welcome.
He holds up the paper bag I gave him earlier. It seems to still have a bit of weight to it. When Kojiro showed up at my apartment earlier this morning, he told me he'd found a great deal on a van. Had a good feeling about it, and I handed him the money to go and secure the vehicle. However, he mentioned that he needed a driver to haul it back. He asked me to call Tomoe for assistance. Thankfully, Tomoe agreed to help. Any opportunity to leave the office was good enough for her. I never expected her and Kojiro to come back driving a death trap on wheels.
Unbelievable. We're not going to die in this thing, are we?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Who knows?
It has AC!
Aw, Tomoe. She's adorable. She's so fascinated by the little things.
Great. Did you ask the guy if anyone has ever been murdered in it?
It could be the vehicle that killed the dude in the thing. I forgot his name already. AG, I think?
What do you care? It's gonna see a lot of corpses before we're done with it.
He's got a point, but I still don't feel good about it. What's the screeching noise happening in the background? Huh. But also, isn't Tomoe phased by this at all?
We're picking up corpses in this thing.
Yep.
It's important. And you owe me one, remember?
That shit's gross. I don't mind driving, but come on. Ugh, whatever. Long as I don't have to touch nothing.
I'm doing the heavy lifting. Don't worry.
Yeah, corpses can be very heavy. You're picking up, what, like 60 kilos on average? Tomoe leans over Kojiro and squeezes past him awkwardly to speak to me in a hushed voice.
Who is this weirdo anyway? When you said you wanted me to go pick up a van, I thought you'd put me in decent company.
Sorry. He's my, business partner.
This is all for corpse girl shit, right? Well, whatever. I'm cool with it.
How? How is everyone in this game just cool with this?
Just hope this dude doesn't try to cut me or nothing.
I mean, I can't promise anything, but you know. She pulls back and gives Kojiro some air.
Anyway, get in.
Huh?
Whoopsie doodle.
Why?
Going to the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I haven't planned anything yet. You want to do this now?
If not now, when?
Any other time, after I've had a chance to get organized.
And also, you need time to get the powders, don't you? The ashes, don't you?
You have requests, right?
Yeah, 3, actually.
Right. So let's go get some bodies that match.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So the girl that Emmy saw in the prologue was actually an actual corpse. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Okay. But how do they get it to her location? They don't even know where she lives. Okay, that's actually cool.
You haven't even had time to put aside any ashes.
Exactly. See,
We're
for once,
gonna
Noriko was actually
collect a little
smart.
from each cremation and put them aside and...
Already done.
What?
Seriously?
Worked night shift last night. Got like 3 or 4 canisters saved up.
Holy crap.
You said you've got 3 requests? Well, how convenient.
Very convenient, Kojiro. Did you do something, perhaps? Perchance? Mayhaps?
But...
Look, this operation was your idea. You want to do it or not?
I'm just not ready. Kojiro thinks he can just rock up to my place and take me to the morgue? Somewhere I've never been? I've had no time to prepare myself, no time to even think about it. Visiting the factory yesterday left me feeling pretty exhausted. Having to tackle another new place today is simply too much to ask.
I told you I'd guide you through the process, right? There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, until there's cops on my butt.
You don't understand. I've never been to the morgue before.
Tomoe shoots me a quizzical look from behind Kojiro.
You nervous? I think I understand. For me, it's the most relaxing place on Earth. My little sanctuary.
My little sanctuary.
Really?
Sure. No one to talk to me, no one to bother me. Unless you count the dead, of course.
I suppose that's true.
Haha, jokesy wokesy.
And you won't be alone. You've got me and this chick.
It's Tomoe. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Right. Sauce.
I take a deep breath and I brace myself for the next thing I'm about to say.
Okay. Let's go.
Kojiro is right. Everything will be okay. Should you not go during nighttime? Because, you know, that's usually when people can't see other people very much. Because, you know, it's dark. There's no light around. But, hey, okay. I need to get used to going to the morgue. It's a new place, but it's going to be an essential place. I tell myself that this is all for Corpse Girl. For me. For us. Kojiro pulls the van's sliding door open and I take a careful step inside. Okay, this is completely normal. Oh, it's actually pretty cool. Alright, wow, wowzy diddly do. The morgue is a lot colder than I imagined it would be. Gotta keep this body hot and fresh. I berate myself for not bringing a sweater, but there's nothing I can do about it now. The place has an icy, otherworldly feeling to it. It's depressing and clinical and devoid of hope. And there's a stench. It's not as overwhelming as I feared it may be, but it lingers and claws at my senses. It clings inside my nostrils and mouth and the very interior of my skull. It's very easy to understand why Kojiro's clothes always smell like this place. Once the odor gets a grip on you, it doesn't let go. Another thing that could be traced, the smell.
Honey, I'm home.
Hey honey, how you doing, huh? A poor joke and poor taste, even for Kojiro. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Even Tomoe is looking paler than usual. I'm surprised that she accompanied us inside after she spent the whole drive over insisting that she would stay in the van.
They store bodies in here?
No, they store fruits and vegetables.
Of course. See all these lockers? They're cold chambers. Pretty much all of them are full. A body in each.
My chair is creaky. Creaky, creaky, creak, creak.
Fucking disgusting.
Noriko?
Yeah?
I keep things in order around here. Chambers on the left wall are cadavers due for cremation.
And what about the lockers on the right wall?
No touchy-touchy. They're new arrivals or they're being collected for some reason or other. Autopsy, funeral, etc.
Got it. So, we can only make use of the cadavers in the lockers on the left wall.
That's a bingo.
I listlessly wander off over to the left wall. There must be dozens of cold chambers there, all lined up in neat rows. Some doors are slightly ajar and peeking inside reveals that they're empty, but the vast majority are sealed tight, the occupants within sleeping soundly.
Hey, question.
Answer.
Shoot.
How do I know who is in each locker? Like, if I wanted to get an old woman's corpse, do I just have to search blindly?
Nah.
Okay, then what do I do?
Come here.
I walk over to Kojiro and follow him to a large computer, monitor mounted on the far wall. He taps on a little panel inset onto the wall and shelf pops out, revealing a keyboard and mouse. Fancy dancy, huh?
Familiar with databases?
Somewhat.
Perhaps all my data entry experience at Temujin will finally pay off here. And also the database of the deceased. Just saying. Just saying.
It's pretty simple anyway. Live database contains the current inventory items.
Ew. Ugh. You refer to these bodies as inventory items?
Of course, it makes it easier to say, or settle down. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, sorry.
What would you call them?
Well, like, they used to be real people and shit, right? Why not show some respect?
They are dead, just saying.
I don't understand. They're cadavers.
I put a trembling hand on Tomoe's shoulder. I want to comfort her, but the act of doing so is still alien to me.
Don't worry about him, Tomoe. He can be a bit insensitive.
He's a freak.
Right, so the person who's orchestrating this all, Noriko, is not. Makes sense.
Wow. Ouch.
Tomoe scoffs and makes a gesture with her middle finger. I'm a little surprised that she's so bothered about this. It's kind of funny that she holds respect for the dead, but not so much for the living.
Okay, so I can search this database for bodies that match my needs.
Yep. Just use the filters at the top. Not many categories, but it has the basics. Age range, gender, name. Not that that'll be useful to you. Actually, that's about it.
It's enough. It'll save some time at the very least.
Okay, so you want to hoist 3 bodies today, right? You said you have 3 requests?
Yeah, but this place is kind of overwhelming. I'm hesitant to bite off more than we can chew.
What's the game plan then?
How about we just take one body today? We'll take it back to the factory, work on it, and see how we go.
Makes sense, doing it in small ounces rather than going at it, eating the whole package of meat is probably a better idea.
Works for me. Here, use the database.
Kojiro steps away from the monitor and indicates that I should use it. I rest my sweaty hands on the keyboard and I feel the cold metal buttons sting my skin. A metal keyboard. It's very fitting for this cold, lifeless place. I have 3 requests currently in the works. I managed to get photos edited for all 3 of them, thanks to taking the day off from the office. There's Amy Katsuno, the bully I went to school with. And there's a pink-haired girl and the woman that look tired and worn out. You don't get their physical, status from the small photos you got, so... But she's an artiste. She can figure it out, right? I should try and find a cadaver that matches the appearance of one of these victims. I use a database filter to search for females, and then I narrow down the age range to young adult. There are a lot of hits, just how many people are entombed here anyway? I skimmed through the list of results. Since their names are meaningless to me, they might as well be identical. But the column of data containing cold chamber identification codes is interesting. I point out one of the results to Kojiro.
Hey, how do I know what these numbers mean? This one here is 64AB. This one is number 31AA.
Ah, okay. Letters correspond to location. First letter refers to left wall or right wall. Second letter refers to top row or bottom row.
Give me an example.
Okay, this one? Number 64AB. The A means it's on the left wall and the B means it's on the bottom row.
Okay.
Left wall. That's the side I can choose from, right? The body's due for cremation?
Yep,
So I could grab number 64AB if I wanted.
up to you.
But this one here, let's see, number 98BA. Could I grab that?
No. The first letter is B, so that's on the right wall. No go. Not scheduled for cremation.
I think I get it. Thanks.
Ah, crap, sorry. I make a mental list of cold chambers on the left wall that fits my needs.
I'm going to start cracking open some of these sarcophagi.
Haha. That's a new one. Mad.
I mean, they technically are, in a way. I hope that my nervousness isn't showing. I almost can't believe that I'm about to examine corpses in the flesh. Corpse Girl would be proud of me right now. Technically, she is proud of you because you are Corpse Girl. As I walk over the left wall of cold chambers, I catch a glimpse of Tomoe. She's standing by the exit, swiping on her phone as she taps her foot. She's a lookout. She has a lookout. Yep. I reach the first locker and a locker I want to look at.
Here we go.
There's a metal handle on the front of the chamber. It's paired with a release button, which I gather has to be pressed in at the same time, as the handle is pulled forward. I grip the handle tightly, press the button, and pull with all my strength. Hiss! A hiss echoes through the morgue as a frigid pressurized air billows out the chamber. The door is now wide open, reveals the darkness with the locker. The descriptions for this game are pretty cool. I mean, they must have gotten like a very not talented, but a very good writer for this. There's some good descriptions here that I'm definitely not going to see for D&D. Cough, cough. I peer inside. I can make out the shape of a body bag lying atop the sliding tray inside the locker.
I thought the body would slide out automatically.
No, you clearly haven't played the morgue assistant.
No? They just pulled the tray out, like you'd pull out an oven tray.
I take a deep breath and grab the edge of the tray, then slide it out. Ovens are okay. They're common in like small homes, like they have small ovens fitted in, so fair enough. Thankfully, the thick roller along the bottom rail does most of the work, and once it has momentum, the tray slides all the way out of the chamber. My prize is revealed at last: a musty white body bag packed full with a decomposing corpse.
Now what?
Just unzip the HRP.
The what?
The high-risk pheromones. Kojiro rolls his eyes.
The body bag. Unzip it, but cover your nose.
I do it as I'm told. My left hand pinches the nostrils and my right hand grips the tag attached to the bag's zipper. Oh boy. I tug the whoa, that's a lot of, oh wow, that's a lot of text. I tug the tag down and drag it along the length of the bag, and the zip makes a familiar zzz sound. And I smell the decomposing corpse and vomit on the ground and fall to my knees, trying to catch my vomit and hold my nose close at the same time. Ah, that must have hurt. Tears well in my eyes and I can't help but cry as a stench of strikes me across the face again and again, and the river of bile and sick pouring down my clothes feels like a searing hot cattle prod against my skin. The sight of these corpses in the bag flickers in my vision and sears itself into my retinas, and I can't get it out of my head. Even when I close my eyes, and I can't get it out of my head. and I can't not see it anymore, and I can't help but think of my own reflection and how much it resembled Noriko and Corpse Girl and the corpse in the bag, all mixed together in some completely screwed up hybrid of decaying flesh and bones. I think Kojiro or Tomoe or Aoi grabs my shoulder to drag me away from the body, but Aoi isn't there anyway, and the hands feel so strong and warm, and not brittle and lifeless like mine, and not slender and perfect like Aoi's, but I get dragged away regardless, and my eyes are magnified by my tears, and I want to tear my eyes out and get the sight of the corpse out of my mind. I've seen many corpses over the last year. I've seen countless photos of bodies dismembered and asphyxiated, and electrocuted and shot and maimed and drowned, and yet decaying corpses in the body bag, or the HRP as Kojiro called it, is worse than any of them, and it's worse than anything I could ever have imagined, and it's worse than me, and worse than Corpse Girl. And for a fleeting moment, I begin to question what I've spent the last year doing. What am I doing involving myself with the dead and buried? The frantic screams of a girl resound in my ears, and my eyes, and my nostrils, and I think that she's calling my name. But it doesn't sound like my name. It sounds like Noriko or something along those lines. Maybe Yuriko. Maybe she's calling out for my sister. But my sister isn't here, and Noriko isn't here, and I'm the only one here, and lying on my side on the cold tile floor, and covered in warm vomit and hot tears, and I feel the body lying next to me and smiling and offering me a cup of coffee from the lovely French cafe I went to one time. I picture lifeless corpses in my mind, smiling and calling me names like bitch queen and goth bitch or bitch bitch. Bitch bitch. Basically just any senseless name. She can pair the word with broccoli. That word I hate so much that Yuriko used to always call me. That mother used to always call me. That word that carries so much hate and contempt, and yet rolls off the tongue so easily. The lifeless corpse keeps calling me names, keeps taunting me, keeps growing out of her long hair, and she taunts me with her fake smile and fake eyelashes. She corners me in the classroom and pulls my hair and rips out a fistful of it and laughs and calls me broccoli, broccoli, and screams and cackles, and I realize that she's always bullied me like this. And I hate her for it because I never did anything to her. So she's talking about Emmy, I think, maybe. I never did anything to Emi Katsuno, but she always bullied me. But she never bullied Aoi because no one was allowed to bully Aoi, because the teachers all said so. They all said that she's been through too much already, but it's okay to bully Noriko, or me, or Noriko. That's fine, they all said. So Emi likes to bully me and call me the broccoli, and she likes to pull my hair out, but that's fine because my hair grows back eventually. And it means that she didn't bully Aoi, so in a way I was protecting Aoi. And that's all that really mattered. I thought you said she only called you names. Huh. And the corpse in my mind isn't Emi's, but it might as well be. It might as well be her, and maybe I can make it her. Maybe the corpse can become Emi Katsuno. And if I send her the photograph of the corpse, then she might kill herself. She might kill herself.
Fuck.
Oh, I mean, gotta take out to dinner first? But you okay? No, not Norway. No, not Noriko. Tomoe. Yeah, not Norway, Tomoe. My neck cracks loudly as I sit up straight. I blink a few times to clear the tears out of my eyes, and the worried faces of Kojiro and Tomoe appear in my vision.
Yo, you okay?
What the fuck, Noriko?
I like to do that as a defense tactic, so anyone who sees it runs away immediately. I spit the remnants of vomit out of my mouth.
I'm fine.
You don't fucking look fine. You chucked up all over the place.
She'll be right. Seen this kind of thing before.
You have a ball flying around, maybe?
What do you mean?
Pretty normal to react like that to a decomposing cadaver. Surprised you're okay, Tomo?
It's Tomoe. Shit. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like him, but I've seen corpses before.
Oh?
Well, I thought Noriko had too.
Just pictures, I guess.
Okay. I'm not forgetting the carnage I witnessed at the train station thanks to Kotomi Ida. Somehow, seeing a stiff cadaver in a body bag was so much more overwhelming.
Right. Are you really Corpse Girl?
Yes, this was my plan. This was my plan all along. Make him think I'm Corpse Girl, and make him think I'm not Corpse Girl. That covers me. You know, that keeps me safe.
Apparently.
Come on, let's get you up.
Tomoe grabs me by some sort of bear hug and lifts me to my feet.
Sorry about the vomit.
It's fine. It's fucked up, but it's fine.
Call it a day?
I put my weight on my unsteady feet and step away from Tomoe.
No. There's something I need to do.
I stare straight at the corpse in the body bag. Her face is still exposed, lifeless, expressionless. Her hair is long, blonde. I imagine her with a bit of makeup, some blush, some lipstick, some fake eyelashes.
Whoever this was, she's exactly what I need for my next victim.
Well, at least she's gonna be helping and, I don't know, making another corpse. Oh boy.
That worked out well.
Can we get her into the van?
Okay, I'll grab a trolley. Tomoe, give me a hand.
Ugh, if I have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to at all. But you're doing it. I don't know why, but you're doing it. I nod and whisper a small thanks to both of them. Still a little groggy and unstable. I make my way to the morgue's door. I'll wait in a van for now. I need to take a moment to restore my energy. The real work will begin when we get to the factory. Oh boy, oh no. Are we done with Act 1 at least? Are we done with Act 1? Is this Act 1 done? Is this Act 1 done? Is this Act 1 done? Game? Maybe? No? Maybe? Yes? No? Who knows? Why would they know? Why would anyone know? Nope, it's Act 1's not done yet. Okay, holy crap. Well, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on going. Oh my gosh. We arrived at the factory for a brief pit stop at my apartment and to collect my makeup kit. Kudro managed to fix a lock on the front entrance, meaning we don't have to try and shimmy a cadaver through the side window. He even found a proper key for the place on one of the rusted workbenches. Coincidence, might I say. Tomoe helped me drag a workbench to the center of the factory, and we hoisted the cadaver on top of it. Kudro unwrapped it from the HRP, which he explained simply meant human remains pouch. Well, that's actually a very, very cute way of saying that. Yeah. Staring down at the body before me, I now begin to wonder why I freaked out so much at the morgue. This is a body, a lifeless thing that that was once somebody, but now has no meaning in its existence. That's the thing, you know. We all think that corpses are just, corpses, they're fine and everything. But our bodies have this instinctive, primitive reaction to the smell of death, the sight of death. Like, for example, smelling something rotting or dead can have this immediate, like, gagging effect. And it's very strange because technically there's nothing that's making you... I mean, it's of course a reaction because, of the smells, but it's mostly a psychological reaction for the smelling, quote-unquote bad. We think it's bad because throughout many years and decades, we as humans have associated that smell as something bad. So it feels like it's bad, and hence we have a reaction to it. So, yeah, no, we might think that, we won't get affected, but the human body can have a vastly different reaction than what we think because of that. I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense, but yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of gross, but it's not really that bad.
Ugh. I'm glad you've come around, but I still don't want nothing to do with it.
You can sit in the van and play some fun games.
Right, so we're here. We got your body. What now?
I fetched my makeup kit from the floor beside the workbench and placed it next to the corpse.
We're going to make this body look as close as possible to this girl.
I flashed my phone at Kojiro and Tomoe, showing off the photo of Emi Katsuno that was submitted to Corpse Girl's website.
Right. But why?
Because then we can photograph it and convince the victim, Emmy, that it's her own dead body.
Why?
I furrowed my brow. Kojiro coughs in an attempt to hide his laughter.
That's how Corpse Girl does things.
I don't know. Sounds like a shit plan. We went to all that effort to steal a dead body, and you just want to take photos of it?
Exactly. She gets it. Norway Tomoe gets it.
Look, so far I've done everything with photo manipulation. And sometimes it's successful, like with Akane Tsurumaki.
That bitch?
It convinced her to kill herself. But I'll admit that it hasn't worked so well on Corpse Girl's other victims.
And you think using a real corpse will make a difference? It won't make that much of a difference. It's still a photo.
So you think repeating the same thing that don't work over and over again will eventually work?
I mean, technically, mathematically, yes, but still.
She's got a point, Noriko.
She does. She has a very big point there.
Corpse Girl doesn't have the best track record. Maybe something has to change.
But what? This is the way I've always done things, and
So, what's gonna happen is, my guess is, because we play the prologue, that they're gonna show the corpse directly to the victim, and show a photo that they've manipulated. Ergo, double the reaction. I hang my head in defeat. I don't know what to do. I spent all morning crafting fake photos of my 3 victims, but for what purpose? They aren't going to convince anyone to kill themselves. And now I'm standing here in the factory looking at a corpse that I want to decorate as Emi Katsuno, just so I can take photographs of it. And there's no point doing so. I've already crafted the photo of Emi's death, so why am I here? What the heck am I doing? Glad we're having this realization. Okay, just gonna go home, get some sleep, and everything's gonna be okay. That's the end of the game.
you two are right. I can't keep going on like this.
Well, I guess having partners helps after all, huh?
I've already crafted a photo of this victim's death. So I really don't know why I let it get so far. I guess I didn't truly think we'd pull this off. I kind of just went along with Kojiro's suggestion to go to the morgue.
Hey, don't pin it on me. This is your scheme.
The weirdo is right. This is on you, Nariko.
They're right. They're both spot on. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just wasting my time. Their time. I'm wasting Corpse Girl's time.
Here, give me your phone.
Without waiting for approval, Tomoe snatches my phone out of my hands. She swipes past the photo of Emi and then swipes back to it.
Yo, you said you already made the corpse photo. Where is it?
I don't keep it on my phone. That would be stupid. The only copy is still on my laptop at home.
Why is copy in red? Is paste in blue?
But you've got a photo of this bitch on your phone.
Well, yeah. I just pulled it from her noise profile earlier. It's exactly the same image that was uploaded to Corpse Girl's website, though.
Interesting, okay.
Right.
Hold it. How did you know the Vic's name? Corpse Girl doesn't ask for a name.
Oh, this girl... I actually went to school with her. It's a coincidence, I assure you.
Uh-huh.
Look, that doesn't matter, does it?
I'm just Kojiro at this point.
Well, tell me what the corpse photo looks like.
Well, it wasn't my most creative work. I had 3 requests to fulfill in a short amount of time, so I kinda made them all similar. I made it look like this girl, Emi, fell from a tall building and splattered on the pavement.
Fucking lame.
So lame, yeah.
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 Why did you want to know, anyway?
Well, I've got an idea for you. I know, I'm just the driver and all, but you've dragged me in this far, so at least let me make a suggestion, okay?
Does no one have morals in this game?
Okay, go ahead.
This is like a classic D&D campaign that the characters start off as good people, well, they think they're good people, and they end up being the villains without even knowing. Like in the current campaign, which is on pause for a month because I think like 2 of the party members are evil, and the third player's character is supposed to be good, but I think she's like neutral now because of all the actions that she's done. So
We've got this here body. You've got a corpse photo of the bitch all locked and loaded. Let's kick it up a notch. Take your time to apply makeup. Make the body really look like the victim.
That was the plan. Yeah.
Send her the corpse photo first, and then we'll deliver this body to the bitch.
Deliver the body?
We rock a better joint, leave the dead body on her doorstep, and then we fucking get out of there.
But we're leaving a body. That's a horrible idea. But
Can you imagine how fucking scary it would be to come face to face with your own corpse? Think about it from her perspective. She gets a photo of her own dead body, right? Then, like, hours later, just as she's trying to get it out of her mind, her own corpse shows up at her house.
But if you leave the corpse there, then I can trace it back to the corpse fridge area. So, you know, yeah.
She'll fucking snap, I guarantee it. Hell, I probably would too, and I know what's going on.
She's everyone just has no morality in this game. I can't believe it. Tomoe has completely lost the plot. Her plan is incredibly devious. It's almost evil, and I'm in love with the idea. I'm in love with the idea of delivering a person's own corpse and to them before they kill themselves. And you're in love with the idea of having a pleasurable night with Tomoe. Passionate night, that's the word. Despite my own nature, I find myself throwing myself at Tomoe, wrapping my arms around her.
Yo,
Kiss. I bury my head between her neck and shoulder and the warmth of her body radiating through my own cold and clammy form. I start to sob uncontrollably. Maybe I still have tears left over from the incident at the morgue, or maybe I'm just truly happy at this moment.
Tomoe! Thank you.
She really wants to kill someone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay. Alright.
Your idea is brilliant. It's perfect. Oh, I can't think of a better way to bring Corpse Girl's plans to fruition.
Oh boy.
I mean, I just said the first thing that came to mind, so... But hey, I'm real glad you like the idea. I'm happy to help.
Yeehaw. I wipe my eyes and I don't let go of Tomoe.
Hell. I wonder if you'd make a better Corpse Girl than me.
She probably would.
Don't be stupid. I just had one good idea is all.
You had consistently one good idea, so, you know, consistent one good ideas.
No, come on. It ain't like you to get all sappy. Pick yourself up, yeah?
Alright.
Right.
Blunk, bonk, 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 bonk.
In a moment.
I nuzzle my cheek further into Tomoe's neck and feel her skin prickle underneath my breath. She tenses up a little bit, but she doesn't push me away.
You're so warm.
Oh boy.
Jeez. Come on now, we've got work to do.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I mean, oh girls. Ah crap, sorry.
Okay.
Ah crap. I reluctantly step back from Tomoe and wipe my eyes. Tomoe's a little red in the face. She ruffles the collar of her shirt and fans her face.
Never had a girl cling to me like that before. Better not tell Shinya in case he gets real jealous.
He could be into it. I mean, what? No one heard that. Yeah. Kojiro is silent. He seems to be simply observing the moment. I take a second to compose myself. Tomoe is right. We do have work to do. I look at the corpse atop the table, patiently waiting for us to conclude our discussion. I almost wish I was as patient as the death.
We starting?
As the dead.
Yes.
As the
Let's do
dead.
Mad.
Crazy.
Few things to keep in mind. Putting makeup on a cadaver isn't as simple as you think.
Yeah, you need special makeup stuff that clings onto the skin.
This
and
one's
stuff.
already decomposing. Not all the makeup will take. Put a little extra on. Don't be stingy. It doesn't help that the body is ice cold. Though if we had a space heater, we could warm it up. That would help the makeup stick. But it'll speed up decomposition.
We can't have it decomposing any faster. It's already out of cold storage, so I imagine we don't have long as it is.
Right.
Yeah, I think I have a fair bit of time.
We're going to want to deliver it to your Vic soon, like less than 24 hours soon.
That's fine.
Yo, what about timing the delivery? Corpse Girl's photos have a... what's it called? A timestamp?
Yeah, I timestamped the photos with a supposed time of death. I usually set it to a little after the time the victim receives the photo, Sometimes a few hours, sometimes a whole day.
Uh-huh. I get it. Well, like, for best effect, we're gonna want to deliver the corpse before the time marked on the photo, right? That way, the Vic gets the photo and the corpse before the set time. Creates a kind of ticking time bomb. Should convince him to off himself before time's up.
How is she suddenly so into this?
That makes sense. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, so, what time did you write on this Emmy chick's corpse photo?
I scratch my head and try to think about it. It's hard to recall since I created 3 different photos at the same time. I'm pretty confident I lined them all up one after another, an hour gap in between each one.
7:28 a.m. tomorrow.
We gotta deliver the corpse before then, huh?
Too early. Usually asleep.
Well, you're gonna have to get your ass up early. For Noriko.
Oh.
For Corpse Girl.
Mm-hmm. Kojiro groans, but he doesn't object further.
So, I'll send the photo out when I get home tonight. Emmy will receive it before she goes to bed for the night. It should shake her a little.
Then, in the morning, she'll wake up to her doorbell ringing and a corpse left on her doorstep.
That should be enough to do the trick.
Think you're both forgetting something. Where are we delivering the corpse?
Are you dense? We're delivering it to this Emmy bitch's home.
But you don't know where she lives.
Sure, of course. But where does she live? Got her address?
Oh,
Ah, shit.
You can probably use noise to figure it out or something. A hole in the plan. A massive flaw that we completely overlooked. Our stunned silence is the only answer Kojiro needs.
This whole thing is a bust. Kinda disappointed in you, Noriko.
Yeah.
Thought Corpse Girl was some mastermind. Some genius worth worshipping.
Yeah, I think that, you know, if this is like a real life thing, I think keeping the mystery behind Corpse Girl would have been better. Of course, people would keep it digital because, you know, that would elude some of like the did Corpse Girl actually kill because you know technically she's only just commissioning artwork. Anyways, that's beside the point. I think keeping the mystery behind like a master evil villain boy or girl would make them seem a lot stronger. If you like meet them in person, you can feel disappointed. I don't know. I'm going on this tangent. I'm really sorry. I'm just gonna stop now. Okay, bye. I don't have a response to that comment, but bile begins to rise in my throat as a pit opens up inside my stomach.
Turns out everything so far has been sheer luck.
That's one way to put it. I mean, come on, not everything's sheer luck. I mean, yeah.
I'm out. Use the factory if you want, but I'm not sticking around.
Kojiro waves half-heartedly and walks away. I can't say anything to stop him. My thoughts are frozen, locked in place, chained down by my humiliation and anxiety.
Hold up just one fucking second.
Oh my god, okay. Of course, Tomoe never fails to grab somebody's attention. Kojiro turns back.
We're just getting started here. Of course there's gonna be hiccups. We'll iron out all the details as we go. Don't just abandon Noriko like that.
You're suddenly really into Noriko.
Corpse Girl has done more for me than you'll ever know.
Fair enough, I guess, but that doesn't make her want to... I don't know, it kind of feels like an off about her character because she did say that she doesn't want anything to do with it, and it is sort of messed up, and that she kind of felt bad about it, and she even talked to Noriko about a feeling that she is the one who killed the higher-up lady, so this shouldn't not really happen, but... I don't know.
So?
Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna stand by her side. If you're a coward, feel free to bow out now. But if Noriko means anything to you, anything at all, then just swallow your fucking doubts and help her out.
Tomoe. I never thought she'd be the one to make a rousing speech. Short and simple though it was.
Right. Suppose we did make a deal after all? Though, nothing really stopping me from taking cadavers from the morgue whenever I want now. Still, I guess I'll help you out.
That is true. He could just go on his own now.
But if this keeps going astray, I really will walk away.
That rhyme, though.
Fine, but follow through on this one victim at least.
I managed to gather up enough strength and make a simple plea.
please. I can't do this without you.
You technically can, now that you have the corpse and everything.
Okay. Find Emmy's address. If Tomoe drives, I'll handle moving the corpse in the morning.
I nodded firmly.
Okay, I'll work it out. Thank you, Kojiro.
Kojiro waves once again and takes his leave. The heavy steel door at the front of the factory slams shut behind him.
Phew. Okay, got any ideas?
Maybe one. Can you call Shinya? Ask him if he remembers Emi Katsuno from school, and see if he knows where she lives.
Shinya? Oh yeah. He said once that you went to school together. Guess he might know Emmy too, huh?
My thoughts exactly. I'm going to make a call as well.
You're gonna call Aoi, okay? Okay. Aha! Me the mastermind! Hoo-hoo! Me and my dumb Bazongo brain. I quickly make a call to Aoi. As the phone is ringing, I look up at the skylight above. The sun has nearly disappeared from the sky. I'm running out of light. If there was electricity connected here, we wouldn't have a problem. But if it gets much darker than this, we're gonna have to struggle. We're gonna struggle applying makeup to the cadaver.
Noriko?
Noriko?
Hey, me again. Feels like we just spoke this morning, hey? It was this morning. Yeah.
That was a terrible joke, huh?
Listen, just a quick question. Do you remember Emi Katsuno from school?
But again, it was a good joke, but it's one of those jokes that are terrible but good. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Katsuno? Okay, that's really freaky, Noriko. Huh? What is? I bumped into Katsuno just today at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
You're kidding. I'm serious. She was pretty distressed, actually. She just got fired from her job. I see. Actually, it's kind of funny. I spoke with you about Corpse Girl's website this morning, and I spoke to Katsuno about it too.
Really?
Seems like there's someone she wanted dead. Maybe. I'm not sure. Perhaps her boss that fired her?
Oh, only way to know is by watching the prologue.
Interesting. Why are you asking about her anyway? It's an odd question, but do you happen to know where she lives? Yes.
Why?
Wait, seriously?
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Want me to send you her address? Are you going to visit her? Oh, Howie. If you could send her address, then I'll really owe you one. Sure. I'll text it through.
Wow,
I
Aoi's the
didn't
brains of
think
the
you'd
operation
actually
after
know
all.
it, but I wanted to ask anyway. No problem. I followed her home today from the mall, so I guess it worked out well for you.
Why? Okay, Aoi, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk, Aoi? Hang on. Aoi followed Emmy home from the mall? Like, she stalked her?
What did you say? Oh, I followed Emmy home today. I got on the train carriage behind hers. Well, don't worry. She didn't see me.
Howie? What are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to find out if she was going to use Corpse Girl's website, since I recommended it to her and all.
I don't know what to say.
Hey, I'm still at work, okay? I shouldn't really be talking on the phone.
Interesting, okay.
We'll chat later. Bye-bye. Owie, wait, don't hang
Up.
The phone call ends abruptly. I'm baffled by the fact that Aoi followed Emmy home. I can't quite figure out what must have been going through her head at the time. But right now, I don't have time to worry about it. I need to finish up here at the factory. I noticed that I have an unread message on my phone. I open it. I opened it up to find Aoi has sent me Emmy's full address.
Well, at least I got the address.
You got it? Nice. Shinya barely remembered the chick, apparently, so it wasn't really helpful, sorry.
No trouble. We got what we needed. It's getting dark. Help me put some makeup on the corpse.
Okay, show me that photo of Emmy again. We better do this properly.
Right. Here.
I bring up the photo and we examine it closely before setting it to work. And a whole passionate night later. By the time I got home, I was completely drained. I barely have the energy to open the front door. Today was an ordeal. It dragged on forever and ever, and yet I still feel like I don't have enough time to get everything done. After changing out of my vomit-stained clothes, I make myself a cup of tea. I'm hoping a few sips will help me relax and unwind. I sit down on the couch, cup in hand. When it's cool enough to drink, I take a sip and feel a little bit of today's pressure lift from my shoulders. I don't know if this is true, but I've seen that like in the movies and everything where, like when the police come to see the main character, in like a situation after a terrible one, they like put a shock blanket around the main character. I'm not making any sense. Okay, so when the police like puts a shock blanket around someone, they give them a hot drink and they tell you to like grab it. And apparently, just holding a warm cup of something can make you feel better. So yeah, that's a really cool psychological thing. Like just holding something warm. It must really go back to the time like when we were like hunters and stuff, where just holding like a hot bowl of soup or a hot piece of meat would make you feel better because you felt like you were safe and you're in a cave and stuff. I don't know. I'm just dumb. I could be just saying stuff out of my butt. I just thought it was interesting how something just as simple as holding something hot in both your hands can make you feel warmer and safer, which is really cool. Humans are very interesting. Or well, the human mind code is very interesting. Beep boop beep boop. When it's cool enough to drink, I take a sip and feel a little bit of today's pressure lift from my shoulders. My laptop is sitting next to me. I know I shouldn't bite off more than I can chew today. If I can check for new requests, I'll probably regret it. I unfold the laptop and navigate to Corpse Girl's website. One new request. Crap. These are really beginning to pile up. I can't restrain myself from opening the request. Request details. Today, 3:03 local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. The request came in while I was busy with Kojiro and Tomoe, probably around the time we were at the morgue. The image of the victim downloads. Yeah. I stare intently at the picture of my older sis. What? Wait, no. I have to wait, title screen. But Tomoe's fashion sense though, pretty cool. No, I need to quickly go to a new game because I want to quickly see something. Emi Katsuno, hello again. Prologue, you got it, guys. What? Okay. That's the older sister. Wait, I need to know what she's tells about the sister. Amano Sachiko Kurosawa. Was it Noriko Kurosawa? Yeah. Wait 1 second. Okay, so Amano is a dropout. So that's Amano. Sachiko's kind of straight-laced girl you see at every school, setting her butt off to earn her parents' approval. The type of girl that always has the best grades but never really has any friends. You see the girl that graduates in the reality world. She realizes that she has no clue what's going on. She's like the rest of us. So she settles with a crappy job and... Oh. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. So the sister was the one who did all of that. Holy crap. Whoa, the payoffs in this game were cool. Yuriko Kurosawa. 28 years old. Senior high school dropout. Currently on parole after a short second stint in prison. Yuriko, what are the odds of you appearing here on my screen, in my life, at this moment? I haven't spoken to you for so long. I haven't seen you. I haven't even received contact from you, only to ignore it. Why are you here now? Why does somebody want you dead? I suppose it's not that hard to think of why someone would request your death. I'm sure you have a lot of enemies thanks to the crew you run with. But for someone to actually use Corpse Girl website to request your death, it's coincidental. Too coincidental. Just like everything that's been happening lately. Yuriko, I hate you so much. You abandoned me when I needed you. You abandoned Mother, even though she abandoned us first. I hate you. Corpse Girl never refuses a request. It's one of her convictions. I'll never refuse a death. Oh my god. I close the laptop's lid and rub my eyes. I'm tired. I'm so screwing tired. Oh my god. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's Noriko's sister. I don't know why my mind's so blown about that. That's so cool. Oh my god, the payoffs of the game. Oh?
Splattered in the flower bed.
Oh?
Probably matches the photo you sent. Wish I'd seen that.
Thanks, Kojiro. And thank Tomoe
Wait,
for me.
what? Oh, wait, what happened? Log. Oh. Oh, so Kojiro went and got the thing by himself. Alright, okay. I thought that we would all go, but no, okay.
No prob.
Where are you anyway?
Parking lot across the road. Perfect view of her apartment. People are coming outside. Must have heard the splat. Mad. We'd better gun it. See ya.
Okay, bye.
I hang up the phone and a smile fights its way across my tired face. Emi Katsuno is dead, and you left a cadaver just there. She could kill herself thanks to the trauma of discovering her own corpse at her doorstep. Even though I forgot to send the corpse photo last night. I nearly screwed up our entire plan due to how exhausted I was. You gotta eat more, you know? Just saying, you gotta have more energy. By some stroke of luck, I managed to wake up early this morning. Thankfully, my first thought upon waking was to send the photo. Emmy would have received the picture only an hour before the time marked on it. It was a close call. A very close call. But I can't help but wonder if it worked in our favor. Kojiro and Tomoe brushed over to her apartment to deliver the corpse, forcing Emmy into a confrontation with the photo. An imminent time of death and the delivery of her own corpse all in the space of an hour worked to our advantage. It worked so well that I'm starting to consider making this a regular mode of operation. But you don't know how to get the addresses. I glanced at the burner phone atop the coffee table. Since Emmy is already dead, there is no point in me waiting 24 hours to discard it. I'll get rid of it right away. After that, I'll have to figure out what to do about the other remaining requests. I still have 2 photos of the victims that I crafted on the same day I made Emmy's photos. With all the urgency of plotting Emmy's demise, I didn't have a chance to send them. I'll have to edit them a little bit because the timestamps on them are now out of date. But that's okay. It's a quick fix. And then there's a request for Yuriko Kurosawa. I'll need to deal with that too. Eventually. Holy crap! Is that not Act 1? Is that not all of Act 1? How is that not Act 1? How much more is left for Act 1? Okay, after some lookup, I believe that the Steam page might be glitched, maybe because I believe Act 1's done at this point, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. For now, I'm gonna end it over here, this video over here, just because I think we've gone through a lot in this episode. Holy crap, everything's been connected. Everything's just been connected. It's so okay. This is so well done. The payoffs are great from the prologue. That's the sister. That's also Aoi is the you can see Aoi's thing. Wow, the holy crap! There's so much that had happened. That's just really cool. I enjoy this very much. This is very cool. Even though I was being super annoyed the whole time and being mean. I don't mean to be that. That was just really cool. That really was. The reveal that was her sister who was the one orchestrating the whole money stealing thing makes sense because now a sister was in jail, right? So that now makes more sense. Then Aoi following Emmy, and then the whole character arc of Aoi turning into desperation in order to get rid of the person harassing her. I do hope that something happen or something good happens to Aoi because she deserves it, and just everything's just been really awesome this one. Oh wow, I missed this game. This is great. Holy crap. Okay, holy moly, crappy ravioli. I don't know, that really was great. That really was. Holy freaking crap. Yeah, no, a lot to unpack. Though I do feel that there's some character assassinations happening around here because, one, I still feel off about the whole option thing that doesn't make that much difference in the story. Maybe it does to the ending, but it doesn't make the difference in the story, but how we acted. And then there's the whole thing about Tomoe kind of moving out of character to figuring stuff out so fast and then, you know, being totally okay with the corpse stuff. Even though she clearly said that she wasn't okay with it some time ago, but I don't know. Yeah. That being said, this was really awesome. This was great. This really was. This was super, super great. Glad to be playing with this again. Sorry it took a while. Yeah, no, this is just awesome. Let me know what you guys think down below, of course. If you like this, subscribe. There will be more. There will be more Corpse Party. I want to try and unlock all the endings because I think there's a lot to the story. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, which will probably be tomorrow because I am a video. Yeah. Anyways, take care everyone. Thanks for watching and remember.
Watch out for Corpse Girl.
Goodbye.